is a half cos x is equal to 0.376. 376, right? Again, this is of type 1 equations where I've got a ratio and I've got it equal to a constant, and there's my given angle, right? So very, very simple. But I'm going to try and simplify this to make it a ratio on its own. So I'm going to multiply this side by 2 and multiply that side by 2. And when I do this, I see 2 times a half gives me 1. So that's going to leave me with simply cos x equals 0,752. Okay. Right, now I can simply go and work with QRS. In terms of the quadrants, I see now that this ratio cos of x happens to be positive. So I'm going to work with my quadrants being the first quadrant, because cos is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant, so it's the first and the fourth. And then I now need to find the reference angle. So I say that the given angle here is equal to cos of second function of 0,752 degrees. And that's going to give me, you could do that on the calculator, and that's going to give you an angle of 41,24 degrees, right? So 41,2 degrees if you round off to one decimal place. Okay. Now, the third part, so this was the R part. The third part is to do QRS. The last part is doing the S part, which means to solve. And the quadrants we're going to be looking at over here is, of course, the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant, right? So you take your given angle once again, which is x, and that is equal to, in the first quadrant is just theta, which is the reference angle, 41,2 degrees, okay, plus n multiplied by 360 degrees, because we are working with the cos function, and n is an element of the integers, right? And then in the fourth quadrant, people, we say again our given angle, which was x, is equal to 360 degrees minus theta, and in this case theta is our reference angle, 41,2 degrees, plus n multiplied by 360, and there's nothing further to solve over here, and we state the restriction such that n is an element of the integers. Very, very important. Hey, okay, that's basic example number 2.